Wake up, he said. He did indeed. Hello, mortuary. Hello, everybody. This is Scriptor. And as you can see, the game has just greeted me with a save data modification. Now, that's great. Let me switch off the heater here. There you go. Please get it warm in here. Updated the power consumption of all power consumers. May result in lack of power. Oof. No. No, not at all. It's fine. We're good. We're consuming about 50%. It's completely fine. I mean, yes, 670 megawatts on average demand is definitely more than the, I think, 520 or so I had last time I logged out. But we're good. We're definitely good. Where are we? What are we doing? Look at this. We have a little bit of a Dyson swarm going on over there. Let's get some elevation here. Look at that. No, that way. Yeah, that looks pretty cool. That's 3 different orbits we have there, and they are all being fired at. That looks so brilliantly. I love this. I absolutely love this. Look at that. Oh, wow. We're getting actually quite far away. North and South Pole are all equipping our Dyson Swarm with all the necessary stuff to make more power while ships are still coming in. Look, this looks like something. I love it to bits. That is not what we're worrying about today, though. We're done with the swarmage. Look at that picture. Oh, wow. Yeah, that... It's a little glary in my face, but other than that, it looks like a football. American one, not the soccer one we use in Germany. You know, a football. Not a Fußball. Football. It's weird. I like it, though. So what are we going to do today? Well, first of all, I have to get reacquainted with the game because I haven't been in here for a week due to pretty much having a migraine all week. That was really fun, especially when you're trying to develop software and write tickets for other contractors to do their work, and you really need to think about things very carefully so you don't write any bullshit and they don't produce any bullshit. Yeah, that's fun. That's really fun. Anyway, we're back here. Wow, this is quite an adventure now, trying to get around here. I mean, considering that this is where we started. Well, that right there is where we started, but we extended a little bit over here. And we made it once around the planet. We're now back here. And we're actually ending the production line with smelters, same as we started the whole freaking production line with this array of smelters. It's poetic justice. Let's just put it that way. Yeah, it's looking pretty cool. It's looking pretty decent. I have disconnected all of the power generators we had somewhere over here because, I mean, quite obviously, these guys are doing their job, right? We could use some more, but they're doing fine. We have 50% more power than we need. What could we possibly do with that? Well, I have an idea. Let's build a Dyson sphere to get even more power. How's that for an idea? So I already started setting stuff up. I hope that's still here and I didn't delete it by accident or anything. You never really know. So last thing we did over here is the whole battery charging, depleting system. Yeah, that stuff, right? For the accumulators. It's backed up. We have a lot. We're looking pretty good here. Let's sort that a little bit. I have pretty much everything on me that I could possibly want for. That's good. There's our ray receivers. There's our rail guns. And then there's these. Yeah, I couldn't help myself. I already set it up. Just because. So, what are we doing over here? Well, we are building the rockets. The small carrier rocket. And that small carrier rocket will carry stuff into orbit around the sun to form our Dyson sphere. Now this recipe says it makes 1 every 6 seconds, so I've set it up so that we have 1 every 2 seconds. That should be okay, because these, the vertical launching silos, launch rockets at 5 per minute, or 1 per 12 seconds. So we're making 2, or no, we're making 1 every 2 seconds. We can launch 1 every 12 seconds, so we need 6 of these. Easy math, right? Yep, that's set up. They are kinda weird. I mean, I don't have any right now, but you know, I can delete that one real quick. You can stack these, like, if there wasn't the belt here, I could put that right here. That's kind of a piggyback rocket silo. It's a bit weird. I can probably show you over here where there's no belt. Like right there. How's that supposed to work? Collision detection. You're doing it wrong. Look at that. I could do that. What is this? Really? Sure. Totally. Who builds like that? Okay, sure. Yeah, why not? Awesome. Great job. From the side, not so much, but you can overlap them a little bit. And right here is where I want to place it. So, we could min-max this a little differently if we wanted to, but I also wanted to look kinda okay. I mean, they are touching. They're holding hands right here. That's okay, right? We can do that. So once you put them down, it will tell you here that you don't have a Dyson sphere, that you need to edit it. So once you open the editor, you're back in here, or you can just, you know, if it ever lets me, escape, hello. You can press the button, or you press Y, the default key. And then, down here where it says Dyson Shell, you usually get this. And I went ahead and I, you know, just created a second one. That's the smallest you can go. So if we just say add new layer right here, you see this is the smallest you can go, and this is the biggest you can go. Unfortunately, you don't see the orbit of the planets. Well, the one, but where's ours? It's right here. So, yeah. I think the next one I'm going to make is going to be just inside or just outside of the planet's orbit, like that. That's probably gonna be quite fun. Alright, anyway, I've made this little, this tiniest one that we can make, and by accident I connected the silos for a split second and we already have stuff done. So, let's not worry about that. I'll show you how this works. First of all, you hit this tick box right here. You stop the game. You see, everything is stopped. Nothing is moving at all. Because when this is moving, it's a royal pain in the butt to get anything done. So let's go over here to the standard sphere that you get as your first layout, which is just inside of, you know, the planet's rotation right there. That's pretty neat. And you can see that there's a green area and a red area. Now the green area is where you can build it. The red, you cannot. You can go into science, which I'm already working on right here. And it's right here, the Dyson Sphere Stress System. And as you can see, it has a little 2 in brackets. When you do this, and it's doing it, Dyson Sphere node latitude limit plus 15 degrees. Level 2, I already have the first level. You can do this multiple times, it seems. And I assume by the end of it, you will have the full 180 degree, which will give you a full 360 around the sun, which will give you a full sphere and not just a Dyson belt. Although Dyson belt also sounds pretty cool, I have to say. So we're working on that, and we're going to do that a couple times until we unlock the whole thing. Until then, this is pretty much what we can work with. So, stop the game, go back in here, and let's work on this a little bit. Now, you have a toolbar down here, and it looks a little weird at first because it doesn't really give you that much details other than, make a build plan, and graticule grids. What the hell is a graticule? It sounds like something you put into a deep fryer and then put ketchup on it. I don't know. I don't know things. I'm not a culinary geo-prospector or whatever you need to be to understand those things. Anyhoozle, first thing you need to know about this whole system, you can build within the green area. You can't build in the red area. That's understandable, right? First thing, done. You already understand most of the Dyson sphere. Perfect. Then you can switch the grid pattern. You can see when I hover my cursor over this, it is a square pattern right here, right? There's big squares, and in these big squares there are little squares. That's all there is to it. You can change this to a triangular system. Now, you can change back and forth while building. Nobody tells you that once you pick one of these, you have to stay with this. So you can say, okay, I wanna place something right here on this corner. And once I've placed that, I wanna switch over to this system, and the corner was somewhere here. So the next thing I wanna build is here. You can do that, which gives you the ability to do funny things. You can write letters, numbers, messages in the sky. Your Dyson sphere could be a huge "subscribe to me," or "mortuary is stupid," or "blame tank," or whatever. You can do all those things, which is I like that. I like that very much. So how do you actually build? Well, there's a couple options here. The easiest would be just to pick this guy right here. Is there a hover text? No, there is no hover text. What you do is you place these nodes. Now let's zoom in a little bit here. They look a little like a pin, right? Like a pin that you put into your wall to hold your posters up. With a little long for that pin, but that's pretty much what it is. So you pick a spot on this grid, and as you can see, it picks the corners, and then you say, okay, I want to place this here. And then the next one can't be right next to it. You need to be at least 2 of these nodes apart. Or diagonally, it seems to work. So I could do this one here, and then I can do one here, and one here. That doesn't give you a Dyson sphere, that just gives you corner points. These all are tiny little space stations where your rockets can dock and offload their material. And they will be connected with, support struts, pylons. You always need to construct additional pylons. You know how this game works. Or any game for that matter. Now I can switch over to this pattern and say, okay, look, these are not aligned with this pattern at all, because it's a completely different pattern. I can't place anything in between here, that would be too close. Okay, that's fine. Let's pick another one somewhere. I pick one here. And I pick this one. And now I switch back to this guy and do one here. So yeah, you can do some funny things here. Once that is done, you need to connect them. You need to build a grid. So you can go for this guy down here, the connection mode, and then you say, this one connects to this one, and this one connects to this one, and this one connects back to that one. And that right there, that is one grid. And in this grid, you can place your solar panels. These guys that are swarming around here. And that is a Dyson sphere. A part of a Dyson sphere. To do that, you tick this box, and then once you get into an area where the system recognizes that you have a closed off section, and sometimes you need to wiggle around a little bit, you can click in there and say, okay, that is going to be my little Dyson sphere grid. And if you look closely, not when I hover over it mostly, you can see these lines. These hexagonal shapes. That's where your solar panels will go. Now, one of these is not one solar panel. I think one of these is like 10 solar panels or something to that degree of magnitude. To use some sci-fi terms here that you understand. But, that's where your stuff goes. Now, the most interesting part about all this, when these corner points are done, then these support structures, these pylons will be constructed, and as soon as these are done, or not even when they are done, slightly before they are done, when there's enough material there to support the structure, the solar sails in your swarm will start homing in on this structure, and they will be used up. You don't need to shoot new solar sails into orbit. You don't need to aim them at the Dyson sphere. The Dyson sphere itself will pick the solar sails that are already all around here. Now that will drain from your solar sails, but I have 36,000 swarming around there right now. And they are fully maxed out, they have a lifetime of an hour. That's what we have. We're doing 1.39 gigawatts with those. Now they will go in here, they will produce ever so slightly less than if they were in a swarm. But they will stay for good. You don't have to replenish them. They will become part of the structure. That's the cool part about it. Right, so you can also use this to connect. This kind of follows the curvature. As you can see, when I drag this a little bit long, it gets a little bit of a curve as compared to this guy, which is just totally straight. Doesn't really matter. I think once you get up here, that could have some cool effects, but right now we only have this area. So what I've done is I've taken the time of about 30 minutes. First of all, to figure this out. And second of all, right click, go away. To build this already. So this is a full belt. That's the whole section I could place. I went with the triangular grid, as you can see. I could have gone with this one, and I would have had a little more structure to play with around here. It's a bit wonky, right? It goes down and back up and down, back up, but that's because it's triangular grid. It follows different lines here, as you can see. But we have a full belt with some of the pylons have already arrived here. And only thing we need to do right now is start shooting rockets into space to make this work. So, we're gonna go back here. These, even though it looks like you can feed in here, no, that's just a standard connection port. So what we're gonna do is take these guys and do this. We're gonna be quick about it. And totally not get stuck on stuff. And as you can see, things are already happening. Here they go. And I'm not gonna stay here. I'm gonna follow them. I'm gonna see where they go. No, picking up speed. I don't want to be too fast because otherwise we overshoot. But we have to go pretty close to the sun, so might as well. Yeah, there's some rockets incoming here. Look at that. Excuse me. Oh, that's looking cool. It's glittering all over. Not a fan of glitter. You know, that's something for my wife maybe, or my daughters, but not for me. Then again, it still looks cool. It's glitter in space. And glitter in space is totally manly and absolutely cool. Glitter in space is the kind of glitter that grows a beard when you don't look at it. So, totally manly. It's fine. Oh, man. It's Friday. I'm so happy to be back on stream. I'm talking bullshit already. Well, that's what I do, right? There you go. As you can see, if you don't look directly into the sun, which you shouldn't do anyway, they are constructing these these miniature space stations. Let's hit the brakes here. And you can see the rockets trying to dock. Can't break that hard. You're orbiting, so you're going that way, so I actually need to pick up more speed now. Okay, it's a thing. We're gonna get there eventually. You can see them docking. You just can't follow them inside with your eyes because I am having the wrong angle here. But you see them docking, which is good. Now, I'm wondering a little bit how long it takes until we get more of these supports. Come on, more speed. At least until we're over them so we can see stuff. There you go. It's pretty much what you'd expect, right? Yeah, it's looking cool. So the first 4 seem to have been built. And material is delivered to them. So they should, relatively soon, start constructing the support structures between them and link them together. And I hope that happens anytime today. That would be cool. Then again, we are launching 1 every 2 seconds, right? So it's gonna take a minute. Oh well, there, they started. Right there. Right where I'm pointing. See? It's getting closer to the sun. Perfectly good idea. Yep, they have definitely started. Nice. Now let's look at our star map here for a second. Alright, you can still see the guns shooting, you can see the rockets coming in, and they're coming in at a steady pace. That looks quite good. I have no idea if we have the infrastructure to support this for a long time. For a while, it's okay. Definitely okay. No need to worry about it. But as you can see, I'm just hanging around in the solar system here, and this stuff is going. Now, at some point, these blue dots that are shooting new sails into the swarm will start coming from the swarm and go into these big pylon station things. Support stuff. Yes, those. Alright. Let's have a look at our system here. We have 60 nodes in this system, so each one of these is a node. 60 is what we have. We have currently a generation capacity of 12.4 megawatts. That's just because these 4 have been placed. And we're starting to construct additional structures. That already gives us some megawatts, while we are not yet losing anything from our swarm. That will happen soon, though. And it looks like it's actually happening. This is what I was expecting to see. These are the solar sails that should come from the swarm and go into the nodes. Oh yeah, oh look at that. Oh, from the other side. Oh wow. Ooh. Ooh. I wanna see. There they come, the blue ones. Ooh. Make it happen. I'm gonna follow them. I'm gonna pretend to be a solar sail now. They told me when I grew up I could become anything, so I decided to become a solar sail. I'd be part of the Dyson sphere. Why not? It's my life. That looks pretty cool. Whee! Ah, it's neat. It looks a little bit like origami made out of paper. You know, but generally speaking, it looks cool. Here they come. And as soon as they move into the nodes, you will see the actual panel fields between those nodes taking shape. Ooh, this is exciting. It actually is. Now, just because I know what will happen doesn't mean I've seen it before. I actually haven't. I have read about it. I've stopped every video I've seen so far before it could happen. I did not want to spoil this for myself. This is looking awesome. Look at that. Look at all the stuff coming in here. Forming up in a holding pattern over here. They should start moving in soon. Still get rockets arriving. There they go. Right there. These ones are coming over here. Right, first structure is complete. Now we need to get this triangle done over here. And, well, there's supposed to be a node right here connecting to these. It's all triangles. So we have to wait for one of those nodes to complete that structure completely. That's a sentence. And they are going in. And the sun is totally not in my way and glaring in my face. That's gorgeous. No matter how you look at it, the sun will always be there. Oh, that's so nice. Is that over there already a solar panel? Come on, let's move over there. Yes, it is. Look, right there. And down here as well. Yup, it is forming. Nice. So now we should actually start generating power with this. Where's our home? Follow the gunshots. Where are the gunshots? There. Haha! Okay, let's get home. It's gonna take a while. That way. Nice. Dyson sphere. 25 megawatts. Didn't we have like 12 a second ago? That's gorgeous. And yes, these are becoming fewer and fewer. You can see them moving in from 1, 2, 3 sides for, I guess, 3 pylons? No, they're just filling up 2. This one and that one. Nice. You can also see the structure forming right here. Very good. Yes, I like that. And once we're back home... you know what? I don't feel like waiting. Once we're back home, you can actually use these rocket launchers here. And have a look at those. And it says total structure points. This is what you cannot see in here, unfortunately. Total structure points is 7,400. That means this Dyson sphere needs 7,400 rockets launched into space. Just to complete the nodes and the structures in between. Then you still need the solar sails in between all those to make magic happen. Now, as you can see, we're fully backed up here. This thing, well, it was full a second ago, so I think we're not making them fast enough right now. Otherwise, this should be still full, because we're doing 1 every 2 seconds. We're shooting 1 every 2 seconds. That's a bit weird. We shouldn't be lacking on anything. Or maybe it took a while to resupply, and, you know, something like that. Or it took a while for these to actually start making stuff again because the belt was backed up, and I don't know. Doesn't really matter, let them work. Let's have a look at our solar sail production. That is kind of important right now, because we still need that to be steady. It seems like everything is going great over here. Belts that I can see are all backed up. Look at that. This is backed up, so only the last 4 are actually producing, it seems. Nice. Where's all the stuff? Right here. Yeah, we're doing good. Actually doing quite okay. It's fine. You are supplying, so you are getting the ones that we are producing right here. Now here everything is running and producing, but we do have enough stone. It's fully backed up, that's fine. We're not running short on the actual resource. We just seem to need some extra help. So if I switch that to demand, can I get more? Let's fly that way. That's not that far away. There should be some glass makering going on here. And yes, I said glass makering. That's the official term for it. Where's my glass makeries? Right here. Well, these are all going. And that's why we're not getting anything. There's nothing there. We need more. Okay, that was kind of expected. Unfortunately, there's no tier 2, tier 3 smelter, only assembler. That's definitely something that they need to add. Same as for the miners, I think. That would be quite cool. But for now, I think glass is the only thing that's consuming stone right now, so we're getting all the stone into the glass making, which is good. We do still have enough stone. We're getting stone delivered, so there's more than just this tiny little deposit. It's good. Yes, you can enclose the entire star. These solar sails that we're using for that, well, those up there, they are mostly transparent though. So you still, your solar panels that you have down here still work. You can have more than one Dyson sphere. You can have 6, 7, 8. Hello, Dyson sphere? You can have 10. 10 in one system. That does work. Oh, look at it. Oh, we're getting one node down here, one there, one there. One is over there all the way. Nice. So we're getting stuff done. This looks quite cool. It's like a steampunk spiderweb kind of thing, isn't it? I watch so many sci-fi, I have no idea what that reminds me of, other than that I know it reminds me of something. It's not Stargate, it's not Star Trek, it's not Star Wars, it may be Babylon 5, I don't know. It reminds me of something, I just can't pinpoint it. It's driving me nuts, has been driving me nuts for the past 5 days because I still can't figure it out. I tried to Google and I found nothing. Yeah, well, maybe you know. You never know. Maybe you know more than I do. quite likely you know more than I do. Okay, but that is pretty much what we are doing right now. We're just building a Dyson sphere by shooting 2 rockets. No, by shooting a rocket every 2 seconds. That's looking cool. They look a little bit like a flashlight out of black and white plastic. Not saying that that's bad. These rockets look like something Elon Musk would design. Don't you think? It's not conventional in any way, shape, or form. Totally sounds like that. So, yeah, okay, fine. How are you doing? Oh, you're holding pretty steady, though. That's okay. Really nothing we need to do here. We still have enough juice. Are we running... It's midday over here? That's great. Always. Are we running short on everything? Yeah, are we running short on everything? That's the question I should really ask. Are we running short on anything? No, this is still backed up. Not all of them are running, which means they're holding steady without having to run all of the machines, which is nice. Seems like we definitely have enough circuit boards now. This is all backed up. Wait, where's that belt going? Oh, it's going underneath, like, eh? I made it that way. Yeah, let's go in here. No, that's looking good. That's fine. Lenses. We're always short on lenses. What are you missing? Diamonds. Still. Don't have enough diamond smelting. Which is just graphite, so it's not really a big deal. It's just I need to set up more smelters for that. Also, I missed you there. For how many hours? We're at 77 hours into this particular game. That is quite amazing. I mean, if we hadn't moved over here and just repurposed the planet we were spawned on, then, you know, this could have been at the 50-hour mark easily. But that was fun to do. Alright, I think we're good for now in terms of resources. We're good for now in terms of power. We seem to be good in terms of solar sails. Alright, this is set at 2000 and it's keeping steady at 2000, and I guess the South Pole will do the same. Getting our power in, no problem whatsoever. Why is the button not working? It's Y. I'm hitting Y. It's not doing anything. Okay, we're down to 1.1 instead of 1.3, but we're also already doing 60 megawatts over here. And that is the important part. Now, from what I've heard, and I mentioned that earlier, the same amount of solar sails in the swarm will generate more power than the solar sails in the Dyson sphere, but you don't have to replenish them. And you can just build bigger Dyson spheres. Or more of them. Look at the traffic that's going on over here. That is just science, but it's looking pretty awesome. I think these are the only stations that are set to minimum load of drones is not 100%. Well, not these stations. These guys over here. Just 1%. Just whenever you have something, ferry it over. That's what that looks like. If this isn't cyberpunk, then I don't know what is. It's going well. I like it. Let's go back to where the rockets leave our planet. Ah, this is looking so cool. So very cool. Science done. Now, level 3. And I think these go up by 1,000 each time. Don't quote me on that. We have to check that later because I think the last time it said 3,000 here instead of 4,000. We'll see. Also, this won't be done in 3 minutes. I don't think we have enough science stocked up to do that in that allotted time, but we'll see. We'll also see, I'm still hitting Y and nothing happens. We'll also see what changed over here now. And as you can see, we're getting another 15 degrees. This was the top before, and now it is up here. Let's switch to this mode so we can actually see stuff. It's pretty hard to see over here. I give you that. Oh, no grid? Really? Can I place no grid? Oh, you can do that? Is that new? So if you unselect both of these, just by, you know, clicking whatever the one is that active, The one is that active? The one that is active. You can freely place them? Ooh. Well, that gives you all the abilities you want. That's neat. The placement of the loads seems to be pretty random, because I'm very sure that I did like this section first. And then I did the whole top row and the bottom row, and then I did the ones in between here. And then I connected them all, so I don't really know in which order the rockets decide to build one of these. Or one of these nodes. The solar sails are pretty obviously going to wherever there's enough structure points. So this is connected up here. Can you stop for a second? This is connected up here and all the way down to here, so they are building the inside area of that. We're still missing this one node here, and that will be the other half of this structural support and the other half of this structural support, and then probably also this area in between. I guess that's what I'm seeing here, because that's what I'm seeing over here. It's just, you know, this one is like mirrored this one. That is looking cool though. It's like, okay, I built a tiny little bit, start placing stuff. Awesome. Absolutely freaking awesome. Okay, let's run the game again. And let's watch this for a while. This is the moment where you wish for a speed button, but there is none. Although, I just saw a mod that lets you set the game speed up to 8 times. So, that's something I may add. Not now. And certainly not for this little stream series that we're doing here. But I'm fully planning on restarting this whole thing for a YouTube series where we go a little more structured now that I've played it once with you for 77 freaking hours. And not only build on one planet with a main bus system, but also build on a second virgin planet, it was when we found it, with a main power belt going around the planet, and a main production belt going around the planet, and an extra science area, and an extra pocket crafting area. And seeing that we now have pretty much all the technology, there's still some left, and we're still going to do that. There is a very, very large area on this planet that we haven't used at all. I mean, we have this one belt going around, and we have this one belt going all the way around. Then we have a pole area here and a pole area there. And there's a tiny little bit of science, which, honestly, this could go all the way around, no problem. We could also have more of these solar ray ray receivers, yeah. It should should it be solar rail receivers? No, it's solar sail rail receivers. We're not getting the power directly from the sun, we're getting it from the solar sails. May they be in the swarm or in the sphere. So yes, that's something. Probably also going to keep this layout. There's really not much you can build up in this area, so this is pretty perfect for getting power. Replicate that down here, and then we have this huge area here. All of this. The equatorial zone. And then again, all of this. And I would say that about 80% of that area hasn't been built in. There is a lot of room. We can extend this. We can make this 4 times as big without having an issue. By then, this whole planet would be covered in foundations and just look like the Death Star. There's nothing I can do about that. This kind of still looks at least semi-natural, which is what I wanted to do. Yeah, the more you put down, you know, it's not gonna stay like this. I'm also gonna fiddle around with ideas for smelting arrays and production arrays. This, for example, works really well. But since we're going north to south, you always have trouble placing machines up here versus down here. Because down here, the grid pattern is wider than it is up here. So you can place the belt closer, the sorters will still connect, and you've seen what trouble that can be all the way up here. When stuff is just too close. When you have to space them one further apart than you would really like to. This also works really well. This is tileable. You can just copy and paste this. But what I really want to do is min-max the crap out of this. I want to go and say, okay, this belt can transport 30 items per second. So we're going to build this so that it will transport 30 items per second, provided that we have enough raw items going in, obviously. So that's something we're going to do with pretty much all of the machineries. And we're also going to use, if that thing would ever open, somehow my keyboard just decided to not work in this game anymore, it seems. Is anything working? That is working. That is great. Escape. That's still not working. That is working. Why is all my buttons not working? I have no idea. Did they put anything on my buttons? Or maybe, because the game just updated, the mod isn't really working as it should. That could also be a thing. Is there anything on my button that should not be there? Like, where's tilde? It shouldn't be in here. It shouldn't be used for anything. No, the only thing I rebound is that one, it seems. Okay. But that's not working. You do know that I have this mod where you can say, I want to produce 60 of these items, and then it tells you, okay, here's your production chain. Build 20 of those, 10 of those, get this kind of belt, and just connect it all together. We're gonna use that for everything. And I think the premise that we're gonna do is we want to shoot 10 rockets per second. That's our main goal. Our goal is not to produce like 10,000 white signs per second or anything. No, our goal is shoot 10 rockets per second into space. That's gonna be a lot of things that we have to put down. We're currently doing one every 2 seconds, so we need 20 times what we have, and we have 6. We need 120 rocket launch pads. Then we need the infrastructure to supply that with enough rockets to launch 10 per second. Then we need the infrastructure to get the materials we need to make enough rockets to launch 10 per second. And we're basically gonna work our way top down from the big recipe of producing 10 rockets per second down to, okay, how much iron do we need? How much titanium do we need? Can we even do this in this system? Do we need another system? Do we need to do this on 3 different planets and ferry it in because the planet is just too small for that stuff? Rockets. That's looking cool. Let's get in there. Let's have a look at our little sphere, how it's constructing. If this was a YouTube video, I would now do a time lapse and just sit here and have you watch it. And it'll be over in like 20 seconds, but it would look cool and you would have some nice music. And that will also be a possibility to answer Mortuary's question as soon as we get soon here. And you can see how translucent these solar panels are. I mean, once you're done with this will look exactly like the splash screen, the start screen of the game. That's what this is. That is what we're doing. The start screen of the game is showing you the end product, which I think is actually a cool thing to do. It's not really spoiling anything. The name already gives it away. It's a Dyson sphere program. So yeah, we're going to do a Dyson sphere. So it's cool to have a look at it and, you know, set your goal. I'm pressing the wrong button. I want to brake, not accelerate. Thank you. That's like the opposite thing. A little bit. And the sun is bright. So yeah, we're definitely going to restart this as soon as we get to the point where we can do not much more in this little stream series. And then we're going to try to min-max it. It's going to be fun. Actually, they don't look that translucent now that I'm looking at it. Actually, not at all. But, from what I know, yeah, they are not translucent at all. Well, they're not transparent, you can't see through, but they are translucent, they let light through. That's a different thing. That looks awesome. Now you can also see the big hexagonal shapes, and you see how many solar sails actually fit in there. That's the thing. Let's look at it from the inside. Giant mirror of death. This is like, what is it? Archimedes mirror, I think? I think that's it. Nice. Yep, very nice. I'm quite happy about all of this. I still can't press Y for some reason. Okay. We're at 115 megawatts. We lost about 400 megawatts and about a third of our solar sails in the swarm. We had, what, 38,000 or so and 1.35? Yeah, all of that has gone in here. I mean, yes, they are dying after an hour, but we're shooting more, as you can see. So the number in here should be a constant number. It's just we're shooting less in than we're dragging back out into the Dyson's sphere. So at one point, this will all disappear and the sphere is all that will be left. But then again, these are not going to vanish. So all the new sails we shoot into the swarm, at one point the Dyson sphere will be done and the swarm will re-establish. Because the Dyson sphere just doesn't need any more sails. Or we build the second Dyson sphere and the sails will go in there. We'll see. I'd rather shoot them into a Dyson sphere and have them forever than shooting them into a swarm and have them die on me as soon as it's saturated. Kinda makes more sense, right? Look at the amount. There's 3 different streams coming in from there. There's 3 different streams coming in from here. We're draining quite quickly. I like that. I don't know how much power we will get out of this. Just keep in mind we had 1.35. When this is done, we will definitely have a lot more. We should stop shooting new sails into orbit and just absorb all of these. Then you get kind of a total conversion ratio. But, you know, they will still die, so we won't get all of them. So it's really, really hard to say, okay, 10,000 sails in orbit in a swarm will do this amount, and 10,000 sails in a Dyson sphere will do that amount. For that, I guess you have to shoot 10,000 into orbit, make a screenshot of that number, then wait for an hour until they all die away, and then shoot them straight into the Dyson sphere, making sure that you only have 10,000 you can shoot, and then wait until they're all there and take a screenshot of that number. That's too much hassle. Somebody else will have done that or will do that at one point. I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to shoot solar sails into orbit until this is done. That's how we're going to work. It's looking cool. Super thrilled about this. Finally getting somewhere. Okay, let's head back to our home. And while we're doing that, with a little bit of speed, there we go. Let's see what else we still need to do. What is actually left? Now let's go over to upgrades. Let's start here. Solar Sail Life is now an hour. Solar Ray Basic Energy Dissipation is now 31% instead of, where did we start? 80? 85? Something like that. So yeah, that is pretty much maxed out, except, thank you for saving, the last one, which is another 15%, so it will drop us down to, well, 15% of 30%. It's another 4.5-ish, I guess. We need white science for that, the universe matrix, which we don't have yet. For all the other stuff, we also need that. Same up here. And for actual technologies, this still isn't unlocked. Accelerant Mark 1. This could be for the smelter. This could be for chemical facilities. I have no idea what this is going to be. It doesn't say anything. You can't zoom in and get a hint other than coming soon. So the next thing we have to do is the universe matrix and the artificial star. Now that is the power system in the game. This one little artificial star will do 75 megawatts. There's nothing else in the game that comes even remotely close to this. It needs power, and that power is, well, it needs fuel for powering it up. And that fuel is the antimatter fuel rod, which needs a couple of things we need to do. You see the hydrogen in there, and you see the alloy in there. Those we already have, but there's 2 icons there that we don't have. We have them researched right here. So we have antimatter, obviously, which comes from photons, for which we need our ray receivers, which are all the way over here. Look at how far we are past that. We're over here. That's like, yeah, that's barely on screen. That's like, that's so 2020. Don't even talk about it. Okay, so we have that. We need to make more graviton lenses to pump them into our ray receivers. To use them to be able to make this recipe. No, this is in the particle collider. To use them to to increase power output and to do the photon conversion and all that stuff. Oh, we're actually getting close. Look at us. I was kind of thinking that we might have flown past already, but I also tried to time it and that actually worked. Ah, this is lovely. Pole. Right here. Zoom. So we can now switch this over to photon generation and it will generate photons, as you can see. 5 per minute. I'm not gonna do that though right now. We can put in graviton lenses right here to make this go faster, better, something. I don't know, I haven't done it yet. So we are definitely gonna try that. Our efficiency is looking good. We're at 100% continuous receiving. We are doing a lot of power. We probably don't need all of that. Where is... right here. Well, we're using quite a bit. Because we're now resupplying the rocket launchers with rockets. And the rockets need materials to be produced, to be turned into rockets and all that. We're also doing science. So yes, the number is kind of going between 600 something and 700 something. We have enough, and some to spare. It's not quite the 50% we had at the beginning of the stream, but we do have some. And with that we can definitely do stuff. Are we gonna do stuff? Or are we gonna watch this? Because this is actually quite cool. I just want to sit up there in space and watch it. But we're also gonna have a look into here. So this obviously needs to still do its thing. After that we're gonna queue up this, which is actually quite cheap. This isn't, but we're also going to queue it up. And then we're going to get into the universe matrix. We're not going to do this for a while, because we need 4,000 for that. And I still have the upgrades over here to finish. I still want the mecha core, the energy circuit, more drones, faster drones, efficiency, research speed. Probably should get that one first. Let's queue that up. Right after we have the universe matrix, we're going to use 8,000 of them, which is twice as much as you need to finish the game. It's awesome. Just to finish it faster. Doesn't really make much sense, right? If you can do it with half the stuff, why do we want to speed it up? Alright. Okay, well, this is going. Yeah, we are short on things. What things are we actually short on? Where is my science? Over here. Let's have a look at the belts. We're missing red and blue? Are you kidding me? We're missing blue science. Hello? Can you do any slower than that? This is perfectly timed. There shouldn't be a shortage on that. You know what? Can't have that. It's not a thing I can tolerate. Right here. Touchdown. Yeah, you know, 3 should actually be enough. We also need some more reds, so we're gonna just pick 10 more. This is also going to run short because we need diamonds for that. Yes, it is definitely going to run short. Your issue probably is the magnets, as usual, and you shouldn't have any issues at all because we have that all in abundance. So, screw the perfect ratio. Let's just add 3 on each. So, we gave you 50% more production capacity. And you 25% more production capacity. If that's not enough, then I don't know what will be. Because now it definitely should be. Well, what are you short on? Blue science. It's what it's short on. Look at that. It has everything but blue science. It seems like these are not being used up at the same speed. Look, the circuits are all different. Why am I only now noticing that? Is that because this science is like asymmetric? No, it's all 4,000. It doesn't matter. If it's something like this, then I would understand that. Maybe this just takes longer or whatever. Let's see. This only tells you how fast it is in being made. And this only says hashes, it doesn't say which one in particular. Okay, this is what we're researching. Yes, I get that, level 3 and all that. But there's nothing in terms of conversion into hashes, I guess. Do you have a hash value somewhere that I don't see? I don't see any information about that. Now it's filling back up. Now we're short in red. Great. Okay, let's have a look at one that's actually running, which should be the first one in line here, because it gets the material first. Yeah, these are not all going the same speed. If you compare blue and red and see where they stop when they stop. Blue seems to be going the fastest. Red is slightly slower than that, from what I can tell. See, a moment ago, they were perfectly synchronized. It's the exact same circle pattern going on here. And we're getting there again. And now, blue has surpassed red again. So this is going faster. That is interesting. I have no clue how that works. Honestly, I have no freaking idea. I was definitely thinking that all of these were going the same speed because only that makes sense. At least to me. Obviously not for these developers. But since we had it set up so that every single of these machineries over here would produce 2 items per second. Like, look, blue needs 3 seconds to do 1. We had 6 labs. That means we do 2 per second. Red is 10 per minute, so that's 1 every 6 seconds. We had 12 labs, so that's 2 every second. That's the whole process behind this. Every one of these is producing 2 per second. So why can I possibly see that the high-grade science cubes are backing up, and actually we have 5,000 stocked, and the low-grade ones are at 0? They should all be backed up. If you don't research for an hour, all of them should be backed up at 5,000, and then, yes, when all of these labs kick in at the same time, you end up with having none backed up in next to no time, but having this situation is weird. Unless you have a supply issue, which we obviously don't. Not anymore. No, it's coming in, it's fine. And you can clearly see it's red and blue that we're lacking. So, you know what? I don't give a crap. I don't have any more. Okay, that can be fixed. Screw the ratio. How many more science labs do I have? All of them. That's correct. That should be about 100, which we're not going to need. Can't stack them that high. Also, probably the belts aren't fast enough now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That should also be 6. You should also be 6. That is 7. That's 8. That's even more over there. Yeah, I'm too lazy to count. It's 10. Okay. Well, might as well. 7, 8, 9, 10. Now this is definitely overkill. we here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. No, it's perfect. 9, 10. Two, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Certainly looks interesting. Probably don't have the material to sustain that. Maybe for these? Yeah, well, no. The magnets actually might be an issue. There shouldn't be any issues other than the speed in which the drones can deliver the stuff. Yeah. Definitely the diamonds. Not those. Those are good. It's just titanium and we mine organic crystals on site. No problem there. We don't really use them for anything else right now. That should also not be a big deal. Processors, maybe. This should be fine. So are you backing up now? Well, yeah, except for red signs. Sure. Give it a second or two. Getting there. All the noise. It's like 3, maybe 4 labs running once in a while. That is not much. Is this an upgraded build? Yes, it is. Definitely is now. But I think it was before too. I didn't hear an upgrade noise, so I guess. Are we missing anything? No, that's all connected the right way. Kind of doubting my structure here, but no, it's all good. It's all good. I even set it up to be able to receive the white ones, but it seems they don't go in here. I don't see it anywhere. Made in a research facility, so maybe it's just not there yet, or it will be a new option, I don't know. What do I even know? I've set that up over here to be made. It's just nothing I can produce right now, so I can't select the recipe. You are not yet requesting any of that stuff. We could start doing so. But that will slow down science even further, so we're not going to do that right now. How are we doing over here? Still launching rockets? Still doing good? This is remarkably steady, he says, and then a whole stack disappears. Nah, it's fine. That's all good. Definitely steady. How... They're going over there, so on the other side of the planet then. Yes, right over there. I still can't press Y and I don't know why. Down to 19,000. Up to 190 megawatts. This is taking shape. See, the first pans are forming right here. That's very nice. Cool. How's our production status? Well, about a 1/7 of what we need has been shot into orbit. So with 1 every 2 seconds, needing a total of 7,400, we need 15,000 seconds. 3,600 seconds is an hour. So that's about 4.5 hours. If I just sit here for 4.5 hours, we'll be done. Yeah, I'm not gonna do that. It's not gonna happen. We could add more. Pretty sure we have no problem with that. We shouldn't really have a big problem with that other than it needs solar sails. And the more we need of those, the more processors we are taking away from this one. So I'm not even sure if we can sustain this. Let's have a look at our processors and our fiber optics broadband thing and see how much we actually have left. Can you just faceplant into the ground, please? It's absolutely uncontrollable right now. Solar sails, fine, no worries. You are supplying, you're not storing that much, it seems. You are also producing. All of the machines are producing, so there's no backup here. There's no excess production capacity. Processors are also not backed up at all. We had them at 10,000, we're down to 4,000. Now keep in mind they're also used for research and all other kinds of stuff, and we already doubled up this whole thing. Can't double it up again. We're kind of tight on space here. We would have to make another outpost for that, which we could, but then, you know, we would also need more circuit boards and all the other resources that go into this. It's always cascading down. How are we doing on these? These are good, no problem. Keeping steady with all the supply they need. Other than that. Prisons. Sure. Where's the whole fiber optic stuff? It's over here. Consuming all of that stuff, we seem to be having enough of those, and, well, it's going down. We had 5,000. No problems with fuel, though. It's great. Okay. It is going. I guess the next time you see this, it will be mostly done. It's still behind the horizon. That's annoying. Right there. Well, it still looks cool. No matter how you put that, it just looks cool when it comes into view. Unfortunately, the closer you are to the planet, the more of a glare you get. When I zoom out, it gets darker because I'm not that close to the planet anymore. That's not cool. The pants are upside down. Alright, so did we finish anything over here? No. Well, we did finish another 15 degrees, so that's good. Let's have a look at that. Let's see what that looks like. Oh, we're getting there. We are definitely getting there. So, up until here or so was 15 degrees. That's another 15 degrees, so having another 15 degrees should get us, like, there. And then probably one more to get the whole thing. Then you have your sphere. Right now we have a very weird donut. Still like it. And yes, this is going to be a sphere that we are going to constructing completely. I want this sun encapsulated in this tiny little Dyson sphere and see what we get out of that. I don't know, maybe there's a bonus when you get the whole area filled up. That would be pretty cool, but I don't really think so. Haven't seen or heard anything about that. They're thinning out the Dyson swarm quite fiercely, though. Yeah, I want to capture it in a Pokeball. Exactly. I'm not the Pokemon type of guy, but I mean, I'm enough of a nerd to get that reference and actually laugh about it as well. So, well done, Mortuary. Well done. There is Kappa Serpentis 1, which you can barely make out right there. Next sphere is definitely going to be close to that planet, and then we're just going to stand on that planet and watch that sphere go while we do all the rest of the research. Alright, I think I'm not going to do much more today. I wanted to get this out, and I wanted to share this moment with you so you can have a look. It needs time. Again, it's just AFKing, idling, waiting for this to be done. I'm also going to finish up on the research, and I probably have a look at all the resources, the resources that we have and what we're running short on. I already have like 3 dried out iron veins, 2 stone, 1 coal. This stuff, the reason we came to this planet for, is still here. That's still the only node we have, or the only vein we have. It started at 1.3 million, if I'm not mistaken. We're not that much down. It's doing its job quite brilliantly. You don't really need that much. Yeah, I'm gonna have a look at what more production capacities we need. I mean, look at that. There's like nothing left over here. 200,000. It's hilarious. 4 million. And I think we started with somewhere around 12? We're using that up quite fiercely. Well, you know, we're getting some from all the way over there. So that's good. Yeah, I might have to go around this solar system, set up more copper smelting, more iron smelting, maybe some extra stone, I don't know. Just get more resources in so we don't have a resource shortage, that's what I wanted to say, when we least need it. And then we're gonna get into... well, maybe some more of these, I don't know. We're gonna get into the last bits of research. Antimatter production in the assembler, actually. Okay, sure. This also in the assembler, but this guy in the particle collider, that's gonna be another huge power drain. And then we don't have to worry about the power drain anymore because we have this, and with this, you can just go to other planets, set one up, and you're good. 75 megawatts? I mean, come on. How many solar sails do we have to put down to get 75 megawatts? That's half an hour of work. This is just plug it down, put some fuel rods in, you're good. If you could save that as a blueprint, like make yourself your own little hub with 3, 4, 5 of those space stations, auto set up what they have to request, like you need warpers, you need assemblers, I don't know, whatever you need, right, to start building, and then one of the artificial stars, including requesting the fuel for it, just, you know, stamp it down, go away for 20 seconds, when you come back, your first logistics vessel comes in, you're good to go. New planet, new system, somewhere else in the galaxy, good to go. Just do your thing. Right. We're gonna work our way towards making the universe matrix and completing the game. But we're gonna do that next time. This is a very short stream, I know that. I'm sorry for that, but there's just nothing to do right now for the next 4 hours or so. So, we're gonna end this here with another look at our Dyson sphere, which is forming. Not that rapidly. I mean, like I said, 4.5 hours. But we're gonna go there. We're gonna have another look, see what it looks like. Revel in the moment, so to speak. Come on. Speed. Speed! Autosaving is the opposite of speed. There's that planet. Man, this game is beautiful. Did I say that before? I think I can't say that often enough. Ah, okay, let's go a little bit higher so it's not that glaring in my face. And just sit here. And look at it. The steampunky goodness of the Dyson sphere. I like it. Alright. Thanks for watching. Have a good one. See you next time. Have a nice weekend. I'll be back. Hopefully sooner than, you know, last time. Because migraine and such. Yeah, it's a thing. What can you do? See you soon. Bye-bye.